Picture this. You are at a Filipino gathering. You greet your tita with a confident, "Kumusta?" She smiles, but something feels off. Then your cousin whispers, "Say po." You try again. "Kumusta po?" Suddenly, your tita's face lights up. What just happened? Well, stick around and find out. Welcome back as we continue our journey in learning a beautiful language, Tagalog. Today, we tackle a subject requested by some of you who asked me to discuss this particular topic. Well, here it is. We're diving into the two smallest but most powerful words in Tagalog, po and opo. Miss them and you might sound rude even without knowing it. Use them right and you'll instantly earn respect from every Filipino you meet. Let's start with the basics. What exactly are po and opo? Simple. Po is a politeness marker. That's all. It doesn't change the grammar of your sentence. It doesn't conjugate. It just makes everything you say more respectful. Think of po as a verbal bow. In Japanese, they bow physically. In Tagalog, we bow with words. On the other hand, opo is simply the polite version of oo, which means yes. So, oo, yes, but casual. Opo, yes, but polite and respectful. Here's the beautiful thing. Tagalog politeness isn't complicated like some other languages. No honorific vocabulary list to memorize. Just add po and opo and boom, instant respect. Let's see how this works with some examples. Salamat. Salamat po. Kumain na ako. Kumain na po ako. Masarap. Masarap po. Now, here's a question many learners ask. Where exactly do I put po in a sentence? Well, good news. Filipinos are very forgiving about placements. You can drop po almost anywhere. But here are the most natural spots. At the end of a phrase, salamat po. Thank you, sir or ma'am. Sige po. Go ahead, sir or ma'am. Hindi po. No, sir or ma'am. After the verb, kakain na po ako. I will eat now, sir or ma'am. Pupunta po kami. We will go, sir or ma'am. After the subject, ako po ay estudyante. I am a student, sir or ma'am. Siya po ay guro. He or she is a teacher, sir or ma'am. Pro tip, do not overthink placement. As long as po is somewhere in your sentence, you're showing respect. That's what matters. Ayos ba? Now, let's talk about when to use po and opo. This is where culture comes in. Always use po and opo when speaking to elders or anyone significantly older than you. Like for example, "Kumusta po kayo, lolo?" "How are you, grandpa?" "Opo, lola." "Yes, grandma." Or with authority figures like teachers, bosses, police officers, government officials, etc. For example, "Naiintindihan ko po." "I understand, sir or ma'am." "Opo, teniente." "Yes, lieutenant." Also with strangers or people you don't know very well. For example, "Mawalang galang na po." "Excuse me, sir or ma'am. Nasaan po ang CR?" "Where is the toilet, sir or ma'am?" And also with customers or clients if you work in the service industry. For example, "Ano po ang order nyo?" "What is your order, sir or ma'am?" "Salamat po sa pagbili." "Thank you for buying, sir or ma'am." Do not use po and opo with 1, close friends. It sounds stiff and weird. 2, with younger siblings unless you're joking around. And 3, people your age in casual settings, especially once you establish rapport. Using po with your barkada or your close friends is like wearing barong Tagalog to the beach. Technically correct, but totally wrong for the situation. Now, let's complicate things a bit. There are two variants of po and opo that you should know. Ho and oho. Ho is a softer, gentler version of po. It is often used after words ending in vowels in the southern Tagalog region, or when you want to sound less formal but still respectful. Oho, on the other hand, is the polite yes, similar to opo, but is less common in modern speech. It sounds old-fashioned and very differential, and more common among elders. Another pro tip, stick to po and opo first. You can safely ignore ho or oho until you're more advanced. Modern everyday Filipino strongly favors po and opo, especially in Manila and urban areas. Using ho in the wrong context might sound too casual or even regional. Now, let's talk about the cultural nuances of po and opo. This is where things get really interesting. Number one, politeness is relational and not absolute. Filipinos adjust their speech constantly based on age, status, and familiarity. Number two, dropping po is a social signal. When an elder says, "Wag ka nang magpo," don't use po anymore. That's not about grammar. That's permission to be closer. They're inviting you into their circle. It is a beautiful gesture. Number three, too much politeness can create distance. If you use po with your peers constantly, you might seem cold or overly formal. Respect is important, but so is warmth. Balance matters. And number four, politeness does not equal weakness. You can be firm, direct, or even angry with po. Listen to this. Ayaw ko po niyan. I don't want that. That's polite but firm. Hindi po ako sang-ayon. I don't agree. That's polite but being assertive. I hope this is clear. Respect and strength can coexist. That's the Filipino way. Let me share a personal observation. I once saw a vendor arguing with a customer. The vendor stayed calm and kept using po all throughout. Hindi po ganyan ang presyo. Mali po kayo. You know what happened? The customer eventually backed down, not because the vendor was loud, but because the vendor maintained dignity through respect. That's the power of po. Here's some practical survival advice. If you're a non-native speaker, here's what you need to remember. When in doubt, use po. It is better to sound too formal than too casual. Filipinos appreciate the effort. Also, pronunciation matters. A rushed or mumbled po can sound sarcastic. Say it clearly. Salamat po. And finally, watch how Filipinos use po in conversations. They're your best teachers. Listen to when they add it, when they drop it, and how they adjust mid-conversation. That's your real-world classroom. Bottom line, Tagalog polite speech isn't about mastering complicated rules. It's about reading people. Po and opo are verbal nods of respect, not grammar hurdles. Use them sincerely, appropriately, and with awareness, and you'll sound respectful without sounding like textbook. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you did, please support this channel by hitting the like button. That would mean a lot. Ayos? In the next video, we'll explore more about Filipino honorifics and how to address people properly like ate, kuya, tito, tita, and more. You won't want to miss that. I hope you catch that. I will see you then. Maraming salamat po at hanggang sa susunod.